Today we're going to be talking about windshield and walking surveys. This is from the Community Toolbox from the University of Kansas. So what are windshield and walking surveys? They're systematic observations. Windshield surveys are those done from a moving vehicle, and walking surveys are from foot. Why do we do these? Well, these surveys give us an objective view of a community. They can be adapted for community-based participatory research involving community participation, and they also allow for objective observation of assets from community members to see what communities may not or may take things like green space for granted. It's the easiest and quickest way to get an overview of the entire community, and it allows for comparison between different neighborhoods. This can be helpful in looking at the specific aspects, and it really gives you a feel of the community. And this is to inform your evidence-based practice project and your intervention. This ties into both population health and public and community health because we're using these surveys to help build different programs depending on where you're involved in your community health rotation. When you're going to do your survey, you need to get information. So this is geographical, physical. You want to know where things are located, housing, parks, hospitals, grocery stores. If you want to understand how people use the community, you might want to go at different times. So morning, afternoon, evening, and see how that community changes based on the demographic of people who are there and utilizing those different things within the communities at those time points. These can be done in urban neighborhoods, rural areas, large cities. Again, when you're doing your evidence-based practice project, you can do this in teams, so you can have different groups within your clinical project looking at this windshield survey, and you want to think about how you can organize your group. There are many different ways that you can do this. Think about safety, of course, and that's important. And you also want to develop your questions. So when you're going out, you want to know, okay, who's going to do this survey? What questions do we want to answer? This should be informing your evidence-based practice project and give you an understanding of the community that you're serving in your clinical environment. So think about your questions. What are you looking for? You might want to make a checklist. There's resources online to kind of give you an idea of the questions to ask. You don't want to be intrusive or call attention to yourself. You just want to walk along and pay attention to the environment. Use a map, be in at least a group of 2, and see what you find. So you want to look at the map ahead of time, work in your group, and then think about community activities. You can go inside public buildings like libraries, churches, and sit down in a quiet place to take notes of your observations. Again, this can be a combination of walking and driving, and you're going to be using this to inform your survey. So essentially, this is important so that you can gather objective data, understand your community, use this to then look at what are the implications for health, whether it be how hard is it to get to your outpatient setting in order to receive services, how hard is it to get to school, are there bus stops, are there liquor stores, what things are going to be impacting the health. There are a lot of trails and green spaces. Are people healthier because it's safer for them to walk around? And then also, what is the language? What services people have available to them? What are they using? And how can you maybe partner with those services or place educational materials in those locations in a way that will be best utilized by the community?